A lot of the time, if you don't fit a standard definition of beautiful, you're made to feel like you shouldn't be doing it.
I am considered what is the Australian normal size. It's the average size, but people are like, oh no, that's not skinny enough. You need to be extremely skinny. You need to be a certain race for it. You need to be this, you need to be that.
There's a lot of, particularly in animation and those sorts of things, the body images aren't realistic. And so when everyone wants to be that way, they can't, because that's just not physically possible.
A lot of people will question whether I have the confidence to flaunt what I have as I am now.
We're so focused on being that perfect character that even onlookers expect us to look that way, even though we can't.
I'm not very big, so I get really worried about cosplaying a lot of like bigger guys, taller guys with a lot more muscles, especially Bucky. He's got a lot more muscles than I do.
I get really insecure about having my midriff exposed because all my pudge goes there, and it's like a pudge bulge. It's beautiful, it's majestic.
I never really overcame it. I just kind of accepted that I've got what I've got, and I've got friends to back me up.
Online on Facebook, someone said that I was a rake as Sailor Mars, and I've ignored it, but I did cry a little bit to let it all go.
I've often dealt with some pretty nasty comments, just from people who think I'm out of earshot, but I've actually heard them. Even though when I do cosplay I do feel much more confident than normal, it still hurts to have your insecurities just thrown in your face like that when you're so happy with how you look and how proud you are of the costume that you've put together.
Well, I just tried to remind myself that I do this for me, primarily for my own enjoyment. I like sewing, I like getting dressed up, I like hanging out with people who do the same thing.
Start off with what you're comfortable and then work up to where you want to be. You don't need to be a particular body type to do something, just do it if you want.
Those that matter don't mind, and those that mind don't matter, because people will always say ugly things about you. Their opinions don't matter.
I looked at my son. I thought, I gotta be a perfect role model for him. I'd rather if he sees me as someone who is both willing, motivated, and strong.
As long as you strike a good pose and you're confident and you're smiling and you're playing to the character, I think you can pretty much get away with being anyone you want to be.
If you talk to someone about it, about the person in private, that is a better option. Have a close friend to talk about this.
I'm happy to do it, and what people's opinions they have, I don't care, because at the end of the day, it's an opinion. They don't matter to me, only myself matters.
I wear makeup every day, just about now, because it makes me feel a little prettier, a little better, and I start to feel more confident. Fear, as far as I'm concerned, means progression, so if I'm feeling really uncomfortable, really scared in a situation, I'm actually moving forward in terms of dealing with my anxieties around my body issues.
If you don't pay attention to what they're saying, and if you own your flaws, then they're not really flaws anymore.